In its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, okay, live from Harlem in New York City. It's me, I'm Alex, and this is the Ramble. There she is, folks. As always, lovely, attractive, full of cancer. We're two people who have both had cancer now.
Right, we're cancer survivors.
We're the
Sometimes they give you a preferential treatment.
We're the carcinoma club.
Yeah. We're CC riders.
Well, let's see. You had neck cancer or something, or
throat cancer. It was actually a squamous cell cancerous tumor.
Oh, squamous cell. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded very indigenous people to me.
Oh, yeah, but it sounds like something an Indian would get. A squamous cell. Yeah.
Yeah. My squamous has a cell.
Yeah.
But it was very close to the voice box, which is why I didn't opt for surgery.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, why don't you just go take it out? And they were, of course, you have 5 pages of possible complications.
Yeah. And one of them is you'll never talk again.
Right.
Yeah. Which is not something a radio personality wants.
No, it's bad. It's extremely scary to hear. I mean, it's like saying, well, you're going to have trouble making a living from now on, even though we're retired now, but it's horrifying. Yeah, I mean, horrifying.
Yeah, it is horrifying. It would be horrifying to me.
Yeah.
Even now, I would just, I could just say, well, I'm not going to do a radio show. Forget it. That's it. I'm not going to do this. But I don't know that I want to stop doing this.
No, Ben, it's like I feel most myself when you and I are bantering and talking about the world's woes, solving them with our innate wisdom and insight. Yeah, it's not something I want to give up. Yeah, for sure.
Right, but even though you may never do it again, you want to know you can.
Yes. And plus, when you're a radio person for your entire life, I mean, since you were 19, which you and I were, it becomes part of your identity. It becomes who you are, and it's with you all the time. So to have that snatched is drag.
And snatched is the primary concern here.
Yes. It's always with you guys.
Well, I had a prostate cancer, which, in my case, at my age, it's not particularly deadly. They can take care of it okay, right?
Yeah, they seed it, don't they? They plant seeds?
Yeah, they planted seeds, and they did a little radiation down there. And, I've ever since then, my penis has shrunk,
Really?
Yes.
And, well, you got so much good out of it.
I got so much good out of it, and I was so proud of it for years. And now I look down at it and say, when did you go from being a stag to a turtle? But that's what I lost there. And I don't know what I cared more about, having sex or doing broadcasting. And I think if I had the choice, it would be doing broadcasting.
You were frozen there for a second.
I know, you were too.
I'm sure what you were saying was very pithy.
I think we've got a really not a great connection to Florida today.
Well, Florida is
but nobody has a good connection to Florida.
No. Florida, I think, wants to be all by itself. If Ron DeSantis had his way, we'd just be another
Well, you know
country.
what it is? You know what it is about Florida? It would be a really nice state if it weren't such a horrible state. It really has all the reasons for the people down there to just be so copacetic and relaxed and, not have a care in the world. And instead, they become like politically this horrible state,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And because it's got warm weather, the people are so nice. Yeah. I mean, I just don't make it a rule to not talk politics with people.
Well, if you talk politics, it wouldn't be nice.
Right.
So how good are they?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be
And
honest about it.
yeah,
You
we
know.
just talk about other things
No,
like how warm it is.
well, I lived down in Miami. I'm disappearing here because I forgot to set my. Let me see if I can set my thing here.
Set your hair.
Watch what some things may happen here that we don't want to happen. Wait a minute.
Twilight
Where do
Zone.
I go? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I keep forgetting. I'm getting old and decrepit, and Okay, now watch. There we go.
Watching.
Now my green screen is working. Before I had
Right.
they have two things. They have a thing where you could actually put a background where you are right now, and it would make the
I could.
background disappear,
Yeah.
and it would put the picture in the front, in the back.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could it-
Even where you are, and that's what I had set. But I have a green screen here, and I paid for it, so I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah, and you've got some nifty screens.
Yeah.
I mean, your settings are always hip and cool and well curated, like a
Yeah,
fancy
yeah. Well, I
movie.
always use this one because this is daytime and your daytime there. If I use the nighttime, it would look ridiculous.
It would look off kilter.
Yeah. In fact, I did this background just for you.
You did. I feel so honored.
Yeah, yeah. Because I
Yeah,
want to look as sunny and as happy as you are. But outside today, it's freezing up here.
Freezing. We got down into the 30s, or actually, I think down into the 20s here the
Really?
last 2 days. Yeah, and people
Same
freeze.
here. Same here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't mind it if it's just for 2 days. Like I walked yesterday.
Hmm.
You just put on your fashionable down garments and go out.
Yeah.
But when it's a stretch, when it's going to be for months, it's awful.
Well, you in Florida, you don't really dress for this kind of weather.
We don't, but-
You dress for warmer weather, but during the winter it gets cold, but it doesn't get cold.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't get Illinois cold like I was raised
It
with.
snowed in New York yesterday.
Really?
I didn't even see it. That's how little it was. I mean, it didn't stick to the ground or anything, but it snowed. And we were down into the 20s last night. And people who run our apartment house, I was wondering where the heat was. Because, at 55, they're supposed to turn on the heat, and keep it there.
Who? That you're building?
Yeah, the owners of the building.
Oh, well, I would just get right after them.
What they did is they don't turn on the heat from here. They turn it on from Brooklyn.
Oh,
Or wherever they are, maybe down in Coney Island or whatever. But wherever their offices are, they wait to see if it's getting cold enough and they turn it on. They have it all set up and things like that, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Right now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon when we're doing this.
Ish. Yeah.
Ish, because you're a time zone away, which I never can quite get.
We are central.
You are
Yeah.
central.
We are central, which makes no sense.
She's
yeah.
she's in the panhandle of Florida, right? There we go. She's frozen. You see how cold it is, folks? She's frozen. I could stop recording this, but she'll probably come right back. So,
Yeah, you were
there we
frozen
are.
for a second.
Yeah, you were too, and it's probably you because I have a terabyte up and a terabyte down or something like that.
You're a Mr. Video. You always have been. You
Yeah,
had one of the first video record.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes again. She's freezing up on me. Wow. I guess I'm frozen for her, too, I would imagine. We probably should have her move her.
Because this was a 70s.
Maybe you should move your phone or something, because it's, what are you using, an iPad?
iPad.
iPad. You should probably move it. It's having a little trouble getting a signal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. Here we go. She's getting the iPad. Now we get to see more of her backyard. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's leave it there and see what happens. Okay. All right. All right. It doesn't seem to be freezing up now. Okay.
Yeah, and if it has the nerve.
We have to take care of all our technical difficulties. Does this eye seem a little red today?
Maybe a tad. I wouldn't have noticed it if you hadn't mentioned it. It's just on your left eye.
I have rosacea up here, right? And so I usually put makeup on before I do this, but I didn't put it on today. So
Yeah, well, you still look festive.
I look
That's
red and
me.
rosy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we were talking about the various diseases. So I lost my sex drive
Because of the prostate thing.
because of the prostate thing. It was eventual. It wasn't immediate. It was eventual. I thought nothing was going to happen. All of a sudden, I looked down there one day, and it was a turtle. Okay, and I was always so proud of that part of my anatomy.
I knew you were, and I just don't get that about dudes. I wish I could be a dude for one day and find out what it is about you and your Johnsons. It's.
I mean, I had it was nice. It was well, the one thing, if anything got me through in life, it was that.
Well, okay.
I said, well, you're a pretty ugly guy, but thank God for your penis.
But I dated a guy who was like, he reportedly had the biggest one in Bloomington, Illinois.
Yeah.
And he was one of two.
You're going like this, and there's nothing that big. Okay.
No, it wasn't that big.
No.
But it was huge. But it had to be the star of the show all the time. I mean, he acted like it was like a blue ribbon or a trophy he won for lacrosse.
Yeah.
It was always the star. He would have put it on his mantle.
He lived for that. Yeah.
He lived for it.
Well, I don't want to tell any secrets out of school, but now it's years later, and I guess I can. I had a rather decent sized.
I had heard this through the grapevine.
You'd heard that through. Who did you hear it from?
Oh, the comic crowd.
No. Well, you see, I never bragged about it. I never made a big deal about it. But I knew that.
And I've never seen it.
Well, you know what it is? I'll tell you. I guess I had this. It's not enormous, but very nice sized penis. Okay.
And it had girth.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I was like about 25 when some woman finally commented on how big my penis was.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, wait a minute, doesn't everybody have the same size penis? I really thought that.
Yeah. Was she trying to borrow money when she said?
No. She was being very nice about it and, wanted to come back. But all I'm saying is that when I finally lost that ability at, I don't know, I guess 83 was when it really started to go, because I had all the prostate operations and stuff, I think, when I was 82. And when it started to go, I just went, I had a lot of good years with this thing. I can't bemoan it. But it wouldn't be like losing my voice. That's a different thing altogether. See?
That's scary.
Yeah. Because along with losing the penis, as it were, it disappeared. It went somewhere. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, it's on hiatus.
I also lost my sex drive.
Yeah.
So I didn't miss it. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So
when you're getting horny all the time and it won't do anything, then you got a problem.
Yeah, but they happened at the same time, and you were, the frustration of it was negated.
So I wasn't disappointed. I said, I've lost my sex drive. Now I can get my dignity back.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose.
Didn't you say you're on a date once, and this was after you had kind of gotten control of your penis. It didn't make all your decisions. Yeah. And so there was a woman, and you made her get out of the car because she was a pro-trumper.
Yeah. It was a sure thing. We were going back to my place, and she said something about using the N word. She was using the N word, and blah blah blah. And I finally, it was in the middle of the Bowery. And the Bowery is like, in those days, it was like every stoplight had people trying to clean your windshield. Okay, that'll give you an idea of what the Bowery was like. And I looked at her and I just opened the door and I said, "Get the hell out." And she got out, and I left her there with all these bums washing windows. It was the proudest moment of my life. It was the moment in which I said, I finally got my dignity back. I finally didn't let a sure thing Normally in earlier years, I maybe would have taken her home and done it anyway.
Yeah.
But at that point, I just went, I don't need this. I don't need it. It's not. Nobody can use those words around me. I don't like them, and I don't think they're proper.
Right. I'm going to hang with people who think it's proper.
Yeah.
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 But I think that's a perfect way to phrase it. Get your dignity back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel I got my dignity back, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just don't. I don't really miss that. It's just I miss it.
Well, the thing I can.
Am I revealing too much on this show today?
Oh gosh, no. That's is there such a thing as revealing too much? No. See, now for me, what really changed my sexual enjoyment experience, whatever, was when I got my boobs done. I was so proud of those things, man. I was.
Yeah, you were. You were just. I remember. I got a story about you that I tell. Oh. I like to tell every now and then because it's a great story. We had this guy that called the show. His name was Dean.
Yeah, Death Row Dean.
Yeah, Death Row Dean. He was on death row in San Quentin. So he invited us to come out and see him.
Yeah,
right?
Hang out in Quentin for an hour.
And of course, Lori's going, can I go? Can I go? Yeah. So I went, sure, come on along. So we go, and to begin with, I'm wearing jeans, and they say, you can't wear those in here.
That's right.
We got to put these pants over you, and they were these white denims. And they actually had a lipstick mark on the groin. Oh, you're frozen again. Oh, God. Hold on a second. We're having transmission problems from Florida. Okay, there you are again.
There. Here we are.
Was I frozen too?
You were.
It's not me. I don't think it's me. I got too much bandwidth here.
Yeah, it's probably Florida.
Yeah, it's probably Florida. But
blame it on Florida.
You can blame it on me too. But anyway, so we go out, and they put these white pants on me with the lipstick mark on the crotch.
I know, it's funny because you and I both noticed it at the same while we're talking to Death Row Dean.
Yeah. And anyway, but she's wearing a dress that I can only describe as a sausage casing.
Oh, that was that Betsy Johnson dress. I loved that dress.
Yeah, apparently you did, and so did the people in San Quentin.
Well, it was somewhat bodycon, I must say.
Every time we would walk by some convicts or some people that worked there, they would all be staring at you, okay?
Yeah, it was.
But I couldn't wear jeans, okay?
I know. What's with that?
So they let you in with the sausage casing.
Yeah.
And at that time, you'd had your breasts done, and they were rather encompassing. And we go in, and I just wonder. I'm thinking to myself, I think I even mentioned it to you, Lori. You should have dressed down for this.
Well, I didn't. I just wasn't thinking. Wasn't thinking at all. And I'm going to a big.
Well, there are times in your life you didn't think at all. Period.
But there are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't even consider it. I just wore what I wore to work, and I wore that dress to work, on occasions. But plus, it was a great dress.
But you started buying clothing that accentuated what you had bought.
Yeah. It would. Stuff I never felt I could wear with aplomb before the job.
Yeah.
And now it's just they were great.
They were great. They were. I mean, I never stared at them or anything like that, but because you work with me and I wouldn't do that to you. But
let's see. And because O.J. Simpson talked about Nicole because she was flat as a board, felt like I had been. Yeah. And then she had her boobs done and she went on this promiscuous tear. And he said, when the titty doctor shows up, he goes, you are in for a long, interesting haul. Yeah. Because women it's just like, I can do it all now. There's a sense of power.
Yeah. Yeah. And did it give you power?
Yeah.
I mean, it did give you the expected power. Yeah.
It did. Yeah. I mean, you could, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I think I saw women who were just dippy, and that because they had big hooters, people paid more attention to them. Like they had the secret of life or something. And I thought, if that's what people want, to pay attention to your ideas, then I'll get that done. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did do something because obviously you were happy.
I was. But then you have to maintain them. They last about 25 years, and then you got to get a redux.
Yeah. So you got a redux?
Yeah, and it was a guy in Mississippi. He went under the muscle. Stupid idea.
Yeah.
The guy that did the first one was wonderful. Still remember his name, Appleberg, and he was through.
Well, you see, when you got it in California, and in California, that's a specialty,
Right.
In Mississippi, it's a con job, or wherever you were.
It was, and plus, I do think some of their provincial attitudes have to do with it. Like, who does under the muscle anymore? But I didn't realize that I could
explain
shop
that it goes under the muscle instead of over the muscle, but over the muscle is preferable.
When you lean over,
there's a crease.
You can see.
There's a crease.
Yeah.
I've seen that in porn films. When they lean over, there's kind of like this crease. But you say when it's over the muscle,
it moves with you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the first one was over the muscle, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't tell until I'd had it about 20 years.
How did you feel when you? Well, they probably had bandages on you, right?
Yeah. After.
Well, how did you feel when they first took off those bandages and you saw them?
Well, they're kind of bruised at that time.
Yeah.
But you got to have faith. And so I thought, when those bruises heal, I'm going to be dangerous.
Are the breasts the equivalent to a woman of a man's penis?
Oh, I think that somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see very common denominators.
Well, something, if you were born with large breasts, I think you would have been bothered by them.
Yes, because I know people who have had to have reductions. Big boobs are not fun. They're
not fun. And on top of that, you just have everybody coming on to you or staring at you or doing things like that. And you have to dress down, you know. But if you've never had them, you were kind of flat-chested, which you say you were. And all of a sudden you've got breasts. It's whoop-de-doo. Stare at me all you want.
It's totally whoop-de-doo. And, it's just, and I think you like the attention, it was like, but it was, I said, I want a pair of 34Cs to take to the beach. And that's what I got. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. Yeah. Let's see here. The various CDs and so on, is that actual size? The 34 or whatever is your back.
Yeah, and then the cup size.
Yeah.
Which, the D's, I think, are obnoxious on a person of my size.
You got D's, though, you say?
No, C's.
C's, okay.
These are just too much.
I had a girlfriend, I think you might have known her, Kathleen.
Yeah.
Who had huge hooters.
She did.
But they weren't hers.
No, because she had a cancer.
She got cancer, breast cancer, and just one breast. And they took it out, and they said, "Well, we want to, as long as we're here, do you want us to put in an implant?" And she said, "Yes, absolutely." And he said, "How large?" She said, "Really large," because she just had minor size, normal minor size.
No, yeah.
And she got these boobs that were gigantic.
Yeah,
as you may remember. She was really tall. Yeah,
woman.
And so they said, "Well, at your height, probably they'll be okay." So she went and had like at least a D done. She was huge. Well, I like big breasts, but I don't like big phony breasts.
Oh, yeah.
Because there is a difference in the feel when you're touching them and so on.
Yeah.
And they don't move around quite like normal breasts do. They're fine when you're wearing a dress, and they're really good. But when you're naked, it's a different story, and you're the person enjoying the nakedness. So I wasn't. Everybody went, "Oh, she's so big and everything. Do you enjoy that?" And I went, "No." I said, "They're not hers." they're store-bought. And I said, obviously she had a real reason to do it because she had cancer and they had to remove the breast and they had to replace the breast, which they did. But she just said, as long as I'm going to get them, go full size. And they were huge.
Yeah, they were big.
Yeah, they were gigantic.
She was fun. You always, you always brought home fun chicks.
Well, she was, as I always said, she wasn't the prettiest woman I went out with. She wasn't the sexiest woman I ever went out with. But she was the most fun I've ever gone out with.
And that's what you want, man. To me, someone who's not fun, I just don't want to hang with her.
She was fun. I enjoyed her, I enjoyed her company. So
yeah, because, even sex is more fun with a person who's...
We went to Europe together for 3 weeks, and by the time we came back, we hadn't killed each other yet.
Which is a bonus, and that's to be noted.
It's a definite bonus. But anyway, so the breasts are now, in women, are kind of the equivalent of their identity that a penis is to a guy.
I think so. For me, it was, because I'd always felt a little, what's the word, incomplete or something, or not as cool. And I thought, if it's that simple, because in other areas of my life, I was very confident.
Yeah, right. And that added a certain other confidence to you. So that was worth it. It was good,
Oh, yeah.
That's really good. I think what Marjorie does, every time a guy goes by with a motorcycle that's extra loud, she yells out the window, "Small penis."
Because it's compensating for something.
They're compensating for something,
But loud vehicles, I think, should definitely be ticketed because they're
annoying. And in this neighborhood, it's like bicycles and it's cars and it's everything,
Motorcycles, they still drag race here in Florida at night.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. They probably wear cigarettes on their sleeve, too.
So your health is in good shape.
Yes.
You're feeling good. You're feeling happy. You're going to come to San Francisco at the end of
January. And it's going to be so fun.
Oh, it'll be. I think it'll be fun. I don't know.
It will.
I don't know. I got to walk with a cane now. What am I going to do? I'll walk on stage and everybody will go, "Boy, he looks like crap."
No, they won't. And get yourself like a cane with personality.
Nah, I just get a regular. I get a regular. What do they call it? Amazon cane. They're all the same. You can tell they got the label on them, and the label sticker's hard to get off.
It's kind of like in England when they used to have those issues.
And it's not that I need them all the time. Sometimes I'll leave the house and forget it. But I forgot it the other day, and I managed to get through the day pretty well without it.
Yep.
But but I like it because I have neuropathy and I feel like I could fall at any time. I have a loss of balance, and this helps me keep my balance. So that's why I've got it. Oh, look, she's frozen again. It's almost. Oh, you're frozen again. That was almost a good time to say goodbye.
Oh man, I know you get me like, when it freezes.
Yeah. Let's both freeze and say goodbye.
Yeah. It's always the dumbest expression, and they capture you in the middle of it.
Anyway, I'll talk to you next week, okay?
Okay, doll.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lori Thompson, see the name? All right, yeah, don't forget it.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Lori. Love having Lori on. Of course, Lori's terrific. She's the best. Anyway, we only got one person waiting to come on here. What is this? You see, this is Thursday night. Why do I do a show on Thursday night? I keep wondering. I keep saying to myself, why do I do it? I don't know why I do it. Because all I get is nobody calling. So, well, what the hell. Well, now we got two people. Okay, all right, yeah. Oh, we got Alan and Charlie. And let me see here if anybody else. Anyway, hello, everybody. How are you? Went out to dinner tonight with Buddy Love and his lovely and charming wife, and we had dinner. at an Italian restaurant here in town, which was really quite good. Really, not bad. Not bad at all. What is this thing? Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? Look at a little bump I got there. Son of a bitch. Anyway, let's just bring in whoever we have here at the moment, and we'll see if we can do an even bigger, better show as the evening goes on and people start calling. There is, of course, the lovely and attractive Brian Neary. He is followed by Charlie Wallace and Alan. Hello, Alan.
Hello, Alex.
How you
Hello,
doing?
gentlemen.
How you doing? How are all you guys doing?
Good.
Doing okay?
Yeah?
I'm putting the shelf together, so
You're putting a shelf together?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. It's really like stylish.
Is the house getting together now?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, that kind of looks. What is that? Is that a musical instrument I see over there?
DJ equipment
Oh, DJ
Casio
equipment.
keyboard.
and then TV.
How big?
And
How big is the TV?
85-inch.
Really? Let's see that thing again. Let's see that thing. That's huge. Yeah. I was
what she
thinking
said.
about buying one. But the thing is, I have excuse me, I got to do this so you can see everybody.
Oh, nobody saw that. Okay, hold on. My TV. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, right. Well, no, they're okay.
I got some furniture finally. It's not all here, but some's there.
Yeah. But
And
look at the TV.
I saw that same furniture at Rent-A-Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Charlie, do you see what that is, Charlie? Can you see the picture?
Picture of, I don't see a picture.
You don't.
No.
Yeah, you're not going out over YouTube.
Yes, we are.
We are now, yeah.
Oh, it is now. Now it just caught up.
You had a picture over there by the fireplace? Is that?
Yeah, it's on the other side. Only Charlie. Oh my gosh! Only Charlie will know who this is.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Can you see?
Oh, yeah, I see it now, yeah. Why do you think I would know who that is?
It's Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
What? Who?
It's a.
quarterback of the Eagles. Why
it's
would
a-
I care what the quarterback of the Eagles looks like?
My question is, what's he
Because he's
doing with
black. That's why you should know that.
What's he doing with a full-size photograph of him in his house?
Because
He's a quarterback of the Eagles.
that's after he won the Super Bowl. He was in the hallway with the Super Bowl trophy and a big cigar, and it was just a cool moment. So I got that blown up. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
when you and I take a picture together, Alex, I'm gonna put it right there on my mantle.
Right there. Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I
You
got a
gotta
spot
get
for
a
it.
picture on the 31st of January, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and we're trying to get some of you guys a table or something. I don't know. I'm not even thinking about it. It's still 2.5 months away, and I don't know if I'll be able to walk by then. I'll have to crawl on stage or something.
We'll
I'll-
carry you.
Yeah.
Piggyback.
We'll
I'll piggyback you.
like the people carrying the royalty on when they're
Yeah. Well, I imagine that as I come out on stage, there are going to be people in the audience saying, "What the fuck happened to him?" Because they haven't seen me in 25 years.
Yeah, last time they saw you had some hair.
No, I didn't. Did I?
Really? Well, the pictures that I see of you doing live at like the Marriott and stuff, that people were.
I
Stuff
pretty.
we're
My
making.
hair was pretty well gone by then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. The top was at least.
Yeah. And I never cared. I never cared.
I don't care. People say, "Why do you cover up your bald spot?" And stuff. I said, "It's a reverse mohawk. It's not a bald."
Well, no. What I was told by what's his name now, Bob. Anyway, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. He said to me,
Robert Schibble.
Kimmel.
Yeah.
He said, "What are you doing wearing your hair that way?" Because I had it all full in the back and on the sides. And he said, "Shave that all off." He says, "You're going bald." He says, "Shave that off." And he says, "I call it preemptive baldness." And what happens if you do that, you don't look like you're losing your hair quite as much. So I cut it off. Started doing it this short, and he was right. What the hell? So
I hear you.
anyway, so that's.
I like the hair on the side of my head.
Do you? Yeah. Well,
I wore a ball cap since I was 12, and so, into church, into weddings, everywhere.
what do you mean you've worn a
you know.
bald cap?
ball cap?
Oh, a ball cap. I think you
Yeah,
said
ball
a
cap.
bald
I
cap.
wear them all over the place, and people are like trying to hide your bald spot. No,
Yeah.
just a habit. I like.
No,
wearing
there's a
ball cap.
reason why people who have lost their hair wear ball caps, and it's not to hide their hair, hide their scalp. It's because the sun outdoors bears down on the top of your head and burns the crap out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, when I'm in a pool, I'm wearing a ball cap that's an old one that protects my head from burning.
You know the days you can tell Donald Trump hasn't gotten his hair done? He wears the cap.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's true.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wait till he goes to prison.
Well, it ain't getting any better for him today. And there are even some Republicans who are starting to jump ship. They're saying, there are a lot of things we can be associated with. All his behavior and all of that, we can try and excuse. But when it comes to being a pedophile, let's say.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, are you a pedophile when you have sex with a woman that's younger? How young do they have to be for you to be a pedophile? Anything under 17?
Below the age of consent, yeah.
Okay, so that would make you a pedophile.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anything under 18. Yeah, Alex is thinking, God, think of all the 17-year-olds I've been with.
No, I had in my lifetime a couple of women who were underage, but number one, they didn't tell me they were.
Right.
And when I asked them how old they were, they lied. And as soon as I found out, first call was to my lawyer to make sure I was okay, and then the second call was to her to say, don't come by anymore,
That's right.
Because, sometimes there are women in this world who are young who really look much older,
Yeah. We have one that shows up on the show every once in a
Yeah,
while
well,
from San Jose.
well, that's a perfect example of somebody who looks older. I don't think anybody would yet think that she was under the age of consent. But,
We'll see if they let her in the door of the.
The guys are the same. Me and my friend were like 6 feet something in high school, and my friend had a beard in high school. So guess who was buying the beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the Elvis chops when I was 15.
Oh yeah.
And stuff, and they never carded me in the liquor store.
Yeah.
Walk in the liquor store and say I want a bottle of this, or I like scotch. It's a bottle of this or a bottle of that, and the guy says, okay, no problem. You pay for it and you're gone. If he knew, he sure didn't let on to that he knew.
Well, when I was growing up, we simply went down to the liquor store and said we were picking up some liquor for our mother. And they would sell it to us. They'd sell it to us.
Wow.
But all I'm saying is that, that sometimes, women can present themselves as being younger. And the question is, should you then blame the guy for that?
And these girls are doing the eyelashes and everything.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
The trouble is that you were probably right to call your lawyer because you want to be protected.
Exactly. Oh,
If
exactly.
you get picked up by the police, the last thing you want to do is tell your side to the.
Well, he said, when is she going to be 18? And I said, in a week. And he said, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it either. I don't think the police would
But
arrest
when
me.
I was in New York years ago, the first time I worked in New York, I met up with a woman, and she looked to be 20, 21, somewhere around there. And after a while, after we had quite a few sessions together, she said, I have something to tell you. I said, what? She says, I'm 14.
Oh, ding.
And I went, I chastised her for lying to me. I said,
right after you lost your erection.
No, I said, I said, well, the direction got lost first, okay, when I heard that one.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And, but I'm telling you, if I showed you, I don't have a picture of her, but if I showed you a picture of her, nobody here would say she was anything under like 21,
Right.
So what happens when guys get caught like that?
So you need a defense, and that's what you have a lawyer for. But one of your best defenses is if she was underage and she was in a bar. The bars, at least in California, probably in New York.
She wasn't in a bar. She wasn't in a bar.
Right, but if you met her in a bar, that's a great defense because
Probably that's the best thing to do to if you're going to meet a woman is meet them in a bar.
Absolutely.
I don't drink, but meet them in a bar. That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's the bar's responsibility to card them. And if they don't card them, then the bartender's just as fooled as you were. But,
My question is how much am I responsible for having to, what do? Ask for ID? I mean,
Nowadays, you need to ask for ID and consent. Have them sign the form that they.
yeah.
Jeez.
But I feel sorry sometimes for guys who get caught on that, and they weren't doing anything wrong. They thought they were just fine. They didn't, On the other hand, this is not to excuse Mr. Trump's behavior,
No.
because he knew what was going on.
He was probably told, do you want this 14-year-old or do you want this 13-year-old over there? And he says, I haven't had a 13-year-old in 3 weeks. I'll have her.
Yeah. Well, he did do, what's her name? Jufrey. They're claiming now that she probably did, even though she said she didn't. Well, she never said she didn't. She said, yes, I met up with Donald Trump, and he was a very respectful man. And that's all she said. She didn't say, I didn't have sex with him.
I wonder how much that cost him for her to say that.
Well, who knows, I mean, but you had what's his name? It's all starting to come out. And I don't think there are Republicans who want to be associated with somebody and defend somebody who may turn out to be a full-blown pederast,
Yeah.
And I think that's where he's in trouble now, is getting Republicans that are going to back him.
We've suspected this, that that had sex with underage people with Epstein and probably other places too. You suspected this, but now it's in writing. Now we know for sure.
Well, it's getting there. It's.
The trouble is he'll never be charged while he's president.
No? Well, there isn't a matter of there isn't a matter of him getting charged. There's a matter of him remaining president.
Yeah.
Well, that might be true, but the Democrats tried to kick him to the curb twice last time, and it didn't work.
This is different. This isn't going to be the Democrats doing it. I think it's going to be the Republicans asking him to quit.
This is more like Nixon in 70.
Yeah.
Well, the Democrats are asking Schumer to quit.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only way, right? Because it goes to the House and Senate and everything, and then he has the right to veto, right? And all he's going to say is this is a hoax, and he's going to veto it. He doesn't care what people think about him.
No, unless he can get enough Republicans to.
Well, what it is, he's going to not have Republican backing. That's the problem.
Yeah,
he's going to lose that, and when he loses that, he loses everything.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that they won't let it go through the system, because if it goes through the system, it still ends up on his desk to be able to veto.
Yeah, but forget about that. Just if the Republicans decide, we don't want anything to do with this guy anymore.
Yeah, that's the only way I think it's going to happen.
Kiss your ballroom goodbye.
Kiss his balls goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
But I don't.
He was unhappy that he lost the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. Good one. Finally, a good one.
Finally. Alan, just connect right now and leave on a high note.
Yeah.
George Costanza.
Anyway, we went out to dinner tonight with Buddy Love and his wife, and they took us out for dinner because we've been putting them up here. And then we come to San Francisco. We're going to have to take them out to dinner. So
There's
is
a lot of
Zim's
nice
is
restaurants.
Zim still open?
No.
Nobody even knows what I'm talking about when I say
It's a
Zim's.
little hamburger joint.
Yeah. It wasn't a little hamburger joint. It was a nice big nighttime, 24-hour,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It was in the
big
Tenderloin.
counter. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good size. You know, it's like a Denny's.
But I hear they haven't existed in years.
I don't know.
Yeah. See, there's at least, no, wait a minute, there are 3 people here from the Bay Area. So they know,
Yeah.
must know what I'm maybe talking about. Do you remember Zim's at all, Tom?
No.
No.
I do.
Okay.
We used to go after the bars closed.
It was out there on, what was that avenue that went all the way, 19th Avenue, I think it was?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of somewhere else. I'm thinking of like off of Geary and something downtown.
No. I think there was a Zim's down there, too. Yeah, yeah. But there was one all the way out 19th Avenue.
We would always sit around the table after the bar and bet who was going to throw up first. Not in our group, but in other people's groups.
Anybody been out 19th Avenue lately?
Oh, Chinatown over the weekend.
Of course, picking up girls, right?
Chinatown's
No,
not.
first time I actually brought a Chinese girl down Chinatown.
Oh, wow.
It was
Yeah,
great.
but Chinatown.
I got-
I don't want to be rude, but that's kind of redundant, you know.
But I got good food this time. Now I know where all the good places to eat are. For sure.
You don't know how to get good food in Chinatown? You don't know what the good food is? We used to go, my parents and I used to take me to a place called Hang Far Low. And that's where I learned to like bean curd, you know, which later became known as what? There was another name for it. And everybody used to make fun of it. But anyway,
Oh, yeah.
well, you know, it's all that's all.
Tofu.
What?
Tofu.
Tofu. Right.
Tofu, oh, yeah,
It
tofu.
looks kind of like it should be coming out of you instead of going in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's
It
I
looks
always
like, it looks like bread, not bread pudding, but what do you call it? Rice pudding.
well, you know what happens when you're a kid? If your parents take you somewhere and then they order something like bean curd, and they order it all the time, and so you have to eat it with them. After a while, that becomes like a happy food for you. You know, and most people don't like tofu.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
See how Asian I am? I have tofu.
There you go.
Well, that's in case one of your girlfriends comes over, right?
Something like that.
Hey, honey, you want some tofu and a tail?
Okay, you got one good joke in today. I wouldn't push it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't push it.
Leave now.
So is anybody else going to call tonight? I wonder. Is there anybody else out there wants to be part of this?
I didn't even know if there's a show tonight because you've been skipping Thursdays.
Yeah, but I said last night I was going to be doing tonight, and I probably do next Thursday as well. You know, I had to get that Lori out of the way that I did. Otherwise, I'd have to tell her next week, forget it, I didn't use you last week. So, you know. But so you're really working there, aren't you, Brian?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, I just got it, and then I had to go to dinner with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
Steve Fox.
Hmm.
And
Steve Fox.
yeah, he was down here. So he hit me up and told him let's go meet. So we met and had dinner and talked about all you guys. And
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah,
was fun.
I like Steve a lot. He's
Yeah.
He's our voice. Although I can use a lot of other voices now.
Yes.
Because I've got that thing where
AI thingy.
AI thing where I put I put in our guy what's his name, who was the voice of Gabnet for the longest time,
Rob Alfano.
Rob Alfano, and I fed his voice in here, and now I have his voice I can use. And I did a thing with he and Damien together off and on in the ad, and Damien sounds just like Damien, and I don't have the nerve to tell either he or Amy, because I did Amy as well, that I'm using their voices, just, you know.
Oh, she doesn't know.
Well, you can tell her if you want to, but tell me it doesn't sound like her. Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Hello there, I'm Amy Manuel, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights at midnight Eastern, I host the Intersection here on Gabnet, and boy, do we get into everything.
Okay, that's her. Here's Rob and Damien.
Attention, all space enthusiasts and lovers of lighthearted banter. Prepare for an intergalactic journey like no other. Welcome to The Exchange with your stellar host, Damian Chaplin.
Hey, sci-fi fans, it's Damian Chaplin, and I'm thrilled to invite you to The Exchange.
Now tell me that doesn't sound like them.
That's incredible.
And if Damien ever hears that thing, he's going to say to himself, when did I record that? Because it sounds just like him.
Yeah.
And with Amy, she probably could not read a spot well. Okay? I mean, this is not what she does for a profession. I'm not putting her down or saying anything like that. But when I put her voice in there and then I wrote the copy, she reads it just like she's not really very good at being a professional announcer. It's amazing. It even does her pauses and her things. It's incredible. So I'm going to just record all your voices and use you, and then I won't need you to be here.
Yeah, well, if we don't show up, yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Edward Berger.
Edward Berger. Well, that's another voice we got to deal with. But
you got to do his voice, get him off the air, and record him a little bit, and you have to have him do some stuff.
Yeah. But they don't know who we're talking about, most of these guys here, because that's on the Monday show. Edward Berger has.
He's got the squeaky voice.
He doesn't have a squeaky voice. It's a cartoon voice.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Amazing voice. Anyway, so here we go. We've got. Does anybody here think this is going to get Trump in trouble?
I think it'll get him in trouble. I don't think it'll get him in jail, but it'll get him in trouble.
Well,
he's already turning off a bunch of his MAGA folks.
Why would he be turning off the MAGA folks? Because they don't like people who have sex with young girls?
That's one reason, yeah. Another reason is because he ran on how awful the Democrats were and how he's going to release the Epstein files, and then didn't do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I just think that I think as I said before, I think he's in trouble with the Republicans. I think that the Republicans are starting to get pissed off. There's only so much they can excuse and only so much they can, make a big deal out of. And after a while, it's just, you can't do it anymore. What do you think, Tom?
Well, I've been thinking of, is this why we're going to war with Venezuela?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good answer. Well, I think we're going to war with Venezuela so he can rerun. He can hold off the presidency from happening, the election, when it's for president.
Yeah, he's going to try and use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
He's going to declare martial law.
Yeah, or declare war.
Every war we've ever been in, including the Civil War, we still had elections. So
yeah.
Lincoln was reelected during the Civil War. Yeah.
Right.
And of course, FDR was reelected during the Second World War.
Yeah, basically twice, because 1940 we weren't in the war, but the war was going on.
How about the Great War? Who was president then? I'm trying to remember.
Well, Wilson.
Wilson, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wilson.
So anyway, I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be a problem for him. It's only going to get worse, and it's because he just will stop having Republicans on his side, and then all this. Even what's his name? The guy who's the head of the House of Representatives.
Johnson.
Johnson. He has kind of backed off a little bit now. He's willing to take a vote on completely releasing all of the.
Well, he doesn't have a choice.
Well,
it's
gotten to the point.
Choice.
It was great. He kept this woman from becoming a member of the House of Representatives for what?
Seven weeks.
7 weeks. But finally, the first thing she did when she said, "I do," She ran into an office and signed a piece of paper that got the Epstein files.
Yeah.
She brought a couple of the women that were abused with her to the swearing-in ceremony.
Oh, did she really? I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was. I don't know. I keep having these weird ideas about Epstein. That he was a terrible, horrible human being. But there were a lot of people who facilitated what he was doing.
Yeah.
And knew what he was doing and went along with it. Not the least of which is Donald Trump. Let's face it. We all knew Donald Trump was involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it isn't a matter of being a Democrat. We knew this. It's like I knew about Bill Cosby for years before it ever came out. I mean, there are certain things that are just givens.
If he met Adrienne, who's only 10 years old, and he says, "Oh, I'll be dating her," some 40-year-old guy came up to Adrienne and said, "I'll be dating you in 10 years."
Yeah, well, who said that?
Trump did.
He did?
Trump said to that
10-year-old girl, and he
yeah,
came down the escalator.
yeah, the escalator deal.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, he said, "Oh, yeah, I'll be dating you in 10 years."
Yep.
Wow. Huh. And how old was she?
I think she was 10.
Yeah, she was 10. She was 10 years old.
He said, "I'm going to be dating you." And
he said something, "Oh, you're so cute. I'll be dating you in 10 years."
Oh, boy.
Trust me, he wouldn't. He was gonna.
Doesn't that drive you nuts? Doesn't it drive you nuts? But, I mean, these are things, it's funny. These are things we all knew were so. They were true. It's not that we wanted them to be true. We just knew by logic that they were.
Yeah.
And so consequently, we knew it, and so did a lot of other people. Yes, Tony. Even
funny.
Tony knew it.
But you know what's funny, Alex? Like you knew about Bill Cosby. It's always the ones who look like they're straight-laced, while Richard Pryor had all those demons, but you never see anything like him taking advantage of people. Like the flawed guy is probably the guy that is the most honest. He was his own worst enemy.
Well, flawed guys know exactly who they are. It's those guys that gee, was Bill Cosby America's dad, for crying out loud?
The Cosby Show all the time too.
The cleanest, funniest act I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still have 16 of his comedy albums.
I can't watch the Fat Albert. I have the complete series now. I can't break the continuity.
I can't listen to him either, but
Mushmouth. Remember Mushmouth?
Well, again, he's a perfect case. Everybody knew what he was up to. I knew what he was up to, and I didn't even know him.
So what was he drugging them, Alex?
Yes, he was known for drugging women when he would go to sleep with them, or they went to sleep with him. They passed out. Why he even wanted to have sex with a corpse is beyond me.
So he would knock everybody out then? Holy shit.
Oh yeah, they were knocked out.
And not like he wasn't popular. The girls would want to sleep with him, I'm sure. At least some. Maybe not every
He
single
could have
one.
done it without the drugs. Yes, you're absolutely right. And that's what I found so stupid.
Did he do drugs himself, Alex, you think? Or was just on the other end?
What? Who?
Did he do drugs himself, you think?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He roofied them,
he
wasn't
had
it?
to be in control. He had to be in complete control of those women. So I don't think he would do drugs.
Complete control. God.
Yeah. That's why he was drugging them.
Boy, I'm telling you, I just don't know who could even want to have sex with a woman under those conditions.
Yeah. It's much more fun when they're active.
Yeah, I mean, I've had women pass out on me or fall asleep on me, but I then didn't think of even touching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I want them wide awake in order to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if you had a wake girl. Did you ever think like, what was the woman you threw out in the Bowery? Remember you said
I've told that story so many times it's ridiculous, but she started using the N-word a lot, and what about these Zen people? And I can't stand those Zen people and so on. And finally, I just stopped the car at an intersection. There's some guy trying to clean my window for money.
And you were in Manhattan, right?
And I opened up the door and said, "Get the fuck out of the car." And
I wonder where it was,
she got
though.
out and I drove off. I never saw her again. But I couldn't put up with that. I just couldn't stand
You
that.
to throw her out, that had to be really bad.
Well, things going on in my brain. Now it's a sure thing. I can take her back to my place and we will have sex. Okay. There was no question about that. I said, but there's another part of my brain that's going, I don't think I want to have sex with this woman. I don't think that I think she's worthy of my penis.
I was
All
gonna say,
right.
would that even be a conquest for you at that point, Alex, or no?
What?
That wouldn't even be a conquest. You
No,
could say that.
no. It's just that my morality wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
If I'm going to have sex with somebody, it's got to be somebody I halfway like or feel decently about. And when somebody's that repugnant, I'm sorry.
I got what you could have done, Alex.
Yeah.
You said your real last name is German for black man, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have said you just had sex with a black man.
That would have drove her nuts.
Yeah, that would have drove her crazy. I don't know. I'm very. What did he turn that off for?
Oh, maybe it's
off his camera.
Huh? I don't know. Anyway, Brian, you still there?
Oh,
what happened? Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He's still He's working. He's putting up a bookcase.
Oh.
Was that a Kia?
Somebody send you some books?
This is kind of the Brian equivalent of what's his name in
free in the restaurants.
Yeah, in the restaurants eating food. Yeah, but I like this better, oddly enough.
You just like his legs.
Brian, I'll send you something to read.
They're not bad legs.
Yeah,
Greatest, but not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Take your word for it.
Oh boy. But anyway, so what have you been up to, Tom? Anything interesting? I asked you this last night, I think.
Yeah. Just doing a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah.
So moving furniture and jump around. Yeah. So I'm sort of tired now.
Yeah.
Are you moving, Tom, to another place?
No, the people I work for have stuff that I need to do for them. So
be careful you don't twist your back out if it's heavy.
What's that again?
Be careful you don't move something too heavy.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My back's been hurt.
Are you coming out here for Alex's debut?
I'm thinking about it. Brian told me the 31st. I was pricing after that.
Well, you better get your tickets. They go on sale, I understand, on what was it? Sunday.
Oh.
That's what I'm told.
The 16th.
The 16th?
Do you know how much they're going to be?
I really don't know. I have no idea about it.
Every show is different there.
Well, if they're doing it by the popularity of the people that they're doing the show for, then I suppose my show will be about $3.50 a ticket. See, my fear is that, come on, how many years has it been since I had a show in San Francisco? I went off the air in
22 years.
Is it 22 years? Are you sure it is more than that?
Was it 2003? 2003 was when you went off.
I don't think so. I think it was earlier than that.
No, it was when you were on what's the AM station?
You mean when we were...
they canned you for a couple of guys out of Sacramento after it was right during.
Oh, I did that just as a favor to the general manager.
That was the last time you had a show in San Francisco.
No, it wasn't. I then that station that they had went under, I think, or they gave it back or something, and it became CNET. It became CNET.
You worked for CNET, and then you got laid off of that, or fired or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then your friend Ed Krebs.
Right. Then they went to
and they had. I'm trying to remember the call letters of that station.
I think it was a KBL. I can't remember.
No, it wasn't KBL. I was.
I can't remember the name of it either. You're right.
Yeah, but just as the Iraq War was starting, is when they canned you and replaced these guys from Sacramento.
Yeah.
I was so upset because what happened was, it was the weekend we had actually and the war hadn't even started yet. I mean, we had a big protest in San Francisco, and not only were you gone, but these two guys came and were making fun of those of us who protested against the Iraq war, say what idiots we were. And I wrote a nasty, I think I said a fax.
Well, those guys wound up being on that station for like 20 years.
Yeah.
You know? Wow. Well, they were a cheap buy because they were in the station owned by the same chain up in Sacramento, so they simply did their show, just ran their show down in San Francisco too. That I did as a friend, as a friendly gesture for my friend Ed Cramp, and so that was. Huh?
I sent him a nasty fax. How upset I was that he fired you.
He didn't really fire me. I got fired by what was the chain at that time? It was called Clear Channel.
Okay.
And a guy who was the head of talk at Clear Channel who came to town and turned on my show, and then I think looked at Ed Crampton and said, "He's kidding, isn't he?" Because he didn't agree with my politics. He considered his term was talk radio. The definition of talk radio is conservative radio. Well, that's all. That's all I needed to hear. Goodbye. I'll see you later. Yeah.
And the next time I heard you was on New Year's Eve, 2003 in New York.
2003 in New York.
Right. Yeah, because you moved to New York in 2003.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it until you had posted. There used to be a Usenet group called BA Broadcast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was following that, and you came on and announced that you were going to be doing, was it KBC? I forgot which station in New York that you were going to be there on New Year's Eve, and I turned on there. First time I was able to hear you since you had left San Francisco.
This was in 2000.
And then in April of 2004 is when you started at Sirius.
Yeah. Now, what was I doing on New Year's at a radio station? I'm trying to remember what radio station I was doing it on.
They invited you on.
Yeah, they invited me on, I think, just to test me out or whatever. Anyway, the time I have to really say that getting a job at Sirius, what is now Sirius XM, was a good deal. It was a pretty good deal for me. It was a great way.
You were the first person to do an internet broadcast on Sirius.
Internet broadcast on Sirius?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes. You and Lynn Samuels. You had talked them into to live streaming your show.
Did
on
we?
the internet.
I forget all of that. My mind is now a blur.
I couldn't afford a radio, and I was all bummed out. So I missed it. And then you came on. We were able to have them do a internet broadcast, and I started listening that way. It was only for a short time, though. In fact, he kept doing this program, this promo saying, this live stream won't last forever. So,
yeah, I can't remember why we did that. I'm trying to remember that. I don't.
Publicity,
yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, that was the way you got to hear me.
Yeah, and then I broke down and bought a radio because, the old Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers line, dope will get you through times of no money better than money will get you through times of no dope.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Alex will get me through times of no money better than money will get me through times of no Alex.
Oh, you've always been a fan of mine, I've enjoyed that. You were even at my installation in
the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
just down the street from me.
Yeah. I just bought a brick that's there now.
Well, this was the hotel where they had the ceremonies.
Oh, where they had the ceremonies. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Well,
I haven't been to the new location in Alameda.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's more for people who collect, old radios. It's really.
It's a fun event. I know people that went there or that go there, and when they were housed down at an aquatic park here in Berkeley at old KRE radio station. I used to go. It was a lot of fun. That studio there is where Wolfman Jack did American Graffiti. You know that?
What the building they bought?
Remember Wolfman Jack and American Graffiti? Well, the studio they used was the KRE studio in Aquatic Park in Berkeley.
Oh, okay. But KRE doesn't exist anymore, does it?
They don't. The transmitter's still there. The building's still there.
Really? Well, maybe I'll buy it and start a radio station. I don't know. But anyway, so but anyway, we were discussing about how long ago it was that I finished really working in San Francisco. Was when I ended at Live 105, because after that I just became, a bunch of different things. I did the internet television thing, a lot of stuff like that. But in being real present, it was that long ago, and it's almost over 30 years ago now.
Yeah,
I would say
for FM. Yeah.
Yeah,
for FM.
Yeah. So I just don't know how many people still remember me, and you say, well, oh, Alex, they all remember you. No. People have short memories where broadcast personalities are concerned, and if you're not on the air for a couple of years, you just don't exist anymore.
Or they're dead.
The most uttered thing by people when they meet other people in the Bay Area who knew who I was, is he still alive? So.
It's a legitimate question.
Well, right now it is, yeah. But, yeah, it is a legitimate question. I'm going to be 86 for crying out loud.
Right.
I sometimes have this great fear of death. And every now and then I say to myself, God, I outlived a lot of people.
Yeah.
You got good genes, Alex.
I outlived a lot of them. It may be a little rougher now, a little harder to walk, so on and so forth, but it's not that bad,
No, I mean, I'm not even afraid anymore of if something happened now. Because as you get older, I think, so many people leave. So that
I've seen so many people go. I mean, it's and a lot of them are people who were not people I expected. Were people I expected would be alive when I died. Okay, Shecky is a good example of that.
He would have went for that, Alex. He definitely would have been the first one there.
Yeah, I didn't expect he would go that young.
I was thinking about him the other day.
And then my friend Steve Gruberg, who died at I think about 69, somewhere in there, of lung cancer. Two of my best friends, and I had another best friend who just dropped dead one day. He lived down near San Jose. And I went, God, I mean, all the people, I'm still here. What is this? I don't understand.
My mother would say it's not our time.
I guess, it's probably what your mother would say.
She used to always say that it's not our time.
And now Marjorie and I have this discussion every now and then. Well, what if you go before me? Well, what if you go before me? And she wants me to make a list of everything I own and where it is. And how you turn it on or something like that, And I'm going, I really don't want to deal with that, If you go before me, I'll try to figure out where all your stuff is and how to make it work. And if I go before you, you'll be able to figure it out. You'll be able to get somebody to come in and do it, Or maybe we'll just die at the same time. I don't know. At times she says, you want to do a suicide pact? And I went, yeah, you pull the trigger first. I mean, here's the thing that always bothered me about Adolf Hitler. He and Eva Braun were sitting in that room, and they were going to take a gun to their heads or whatever. And I think he went first. Anybody know? Anybody know the history of that? But you know, if you're going to be the first one to go, how are you so sure the other person is going to go too? Or just say, "Oh, screw it, he's dead. I'm through with it." You know.
I thought he'd never leave.
I thought he'd never leave. Exactly.
I get to hear that voice over and over.
Yeah. At least he finally shut up. You know. No, but I'm wondering who went first, Hitler? Do they know?
I don't know.
Look it up. Look it up. Quick. Look it up. Alan's looking it up right now. Yeah.
It doesn't say it. It says it doesn't know who died.
But Alex, usually when they get older, like when Frank DeRosa Sr. helped me with my cars, when he passed away, he was in his 92 or something.
Yeah.
But every time I'd see him, he would just talk about all his friends who died because he grew up in that city that he still lived in Pittsburgh, California.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he just talked about everybody who died. But see, Alex, you have us. You have friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you. I know I have friends, and I'm thankful of that. I always say I never have any friends, but you guys are here most of the time. You know, you stayed friends over the years, so I do consider you friends. But you know, I just don't know what all these people that just went before me. I just don't know how to handle it. You know. But I'm saying, hey, here I am. I'm going to be 86. My health isn't 100%, but it's, you know, there's nothing. I don't have anything yet that's going to kill me.
That's a good thing. Plus,
knock on wood. What?
That's other than Trump, really. He's trying his best.
Yeah,
really.
Trump's trying his best to kill me. Yeah.
He's trying. Let me not get the backs out there.
Just tell him you're 14.
You know what we're doing? What we're starting to consider? This is terrible. Our doctor, our primary care physician, is now what's it called? A concierge doctor.
What is that?
You pay him $3,000 a year, and he'll take your calls.
Really?
Yeah.
You can call him direct?
Yes, that is one of the features.
Does he come to the house? I wish I had a doctor.
I think he does if you're not able to get to him.
Oh, that's not bad. I would have had him come to my mother.
Yeah, but still, this is the guy that I go to, and every time I go to him, he goes, well, you know, you've got this, or you got that. Here, I got a doctor you can go see for this. Oh. He's like a traffic cop.
So he's basically just pointing you off to the other guy.
He's pointing me off to the other guy. And I'm going to pay him $3,000 a year for myself, $3,000 a year for Marjorie, $6,000 a year for him to go, oh, over there, go there.
Gives you the referral. Yeah.
Huh?
They send out the referral. I got rid of my dentist for that reason, Alex. She wasn't doing anything there. Everything was I was getting sent out for everything. The deep cleaning, the what you call it, like any little thing that was kind of major. I said, why am I going to her anymore? My brother says, I went to one dentist who does everything now right by my house.
Yeah,
I'd be after your dentist too if I was you.
I know. It's a big time. They always see.
Well, actually, his
teeth
are in pretty good shape now compared to the way they used to be.
Yeah, that's when I first started listening. You guys kept talking about his teeth.
Yeah,
that's when I first started listening.
My mother apologized to me. She says, "I wish I had the money to give you braces."
Well, Shecky's the one that convinced you to go get your teeth done.
He wanted to pay for my braces.
Did he really?
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he met my mother and my father, Alex. They were so happy to meet him.
Really?
He lied.
Yeah, you know, can I tell a joke one time what I did to him before I was getting ready to leave? My mother called me one. I'll never forget this, by his house. So I picked up my cell phone, and what she really wanted was she wanted me to pick up, when I got off the bus, there's a bakery there by my house. So she wanted me to pick her up a Danish. So when I hung up the phone, he goes, well, what did your mom want? Is everything all right? Oh, I just forgot to give her medication. He goes, what? I said, I'm joking. She just wants me to get a Danish at the bakery by Glenda. Oh, all right. And he was laughing. Like, are you serious?
Oh, it was very nice of him to take care of your braces.
Yeah, he spoke so, you know, it was nice before I leave. He goes, you used to call him. He says, I can't get it on. Let me drop you off. He used to call you Ben. He says, don't say it. Alex is really a nice guy. I said, I know.
No, he always used to call me Ben. His thing. Well, my name is Bennett. When I was a kid, I was Ben. Yeah.
He used to always call you that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed the other day. I was watching The Wizard of Oz, and I wanted to message him, and because I forgot who she was married to. Wasn't her father? Was Vincent Minnelli the director of that movie, Alex?
No. What's his name? The guy who did the Gone with the Wind. Victor Fleming.
I thought he was. Oh, so he wasn't related to any of them, right, Alex? No.
What?
Like Judy Garland?
Well, no. What's interesting here is Judy Garland was in The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
With Jack Haley, Burt Lahr, and Ray Bolger. Okay. Now she goes out and she has a kid named Liza, who was Liza Minnelli because Judy was married to Vincent Minnelli, who was a director. But who did she marry?
Did she marry Victor Fleming then?
No. Who did Liza Minnelli marry?
She married a director, didn't she? Well, I don't want to go.
No, she didn't marry a director. No.
Really? He would know this because he knew everything about.
She married Jack Haley Jr.
No way. Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna Google that now.
You don't believe me?
No, I do. I got to see it for myself. I love that movie. They got it on HBO Demand. I was watching.
That's a little bit of trivia. That's a great piece of trivia.
That is a good one. You know, it brought back a little Shecky memory there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, things like that happen. You know, there was something similar to that, and I'm trying to remember what it was now. I can't come up with it, but there was somebody else who did something very similar. So, you know. Anyway, we just got a few minutes left here. Anybody have anything they want to say or? Yes. It looks like Brian Neary wants to say something. What?
I got my second round of interviews at Baxter Pharmaceutical.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. So it's good.
It's kind of.
They're hiring janitors. I didn't see that.
No, but that's is that a big company? I don't know.
Yeah. Baxter, they're a very big company, very big pharmaceutical. They surgical stuff. They put the glue in there to seal everything up, healing and stuff like that. They have a huge product line.
Yeah. So
this is one of their big moneymaker factories. So you have to understand the importance of and the visibility of this building and da 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 da. I said, come on, please, let's go.
So
what will you be doing for them?
Running their manufacturing, and they have some new people there, and they're having some issues, so they need the fix-it guy. So, yeah.
You're a good fix-it guy, I bet. Right?
Yes. Yeah, for manufacturing, definitely.
You never seem to be panicked by the fact that you're out of a job. Right?
No. No, I have some savings, so I'm so I'm not panicked, but it'll be good when I have.
It always feels better to have a job.
Yeah, it always feels good. Yeah. I feel now it's gonna be extra money, so it's good.
Just remember, you're gonna get that stimulus check from Trump, $2,000.
Oh, yeah, $2,000.
In the middle of everywhere.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. You know, we got a check from the state of New York and Kathy Hochul.
Yeah, I got one too.
What for $400, right?
I got two.
Two.
Yeah.
Did I get two or I got four because it was for the two of us.
You and Marjorie, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing with that?
Try and get it cashed.
Yeah.
You know how you can cash most of your checks online? You can't with those.
Oh no, you can't.
Because you have to take a picture of it, and somehow it doesn't. They don't like it at the bank, so you have to go down there and deposit it.
Well, Alex, I got to call you tomorrow. I'm on the list for a puppy for Pebbles. I got a playmate.
A puppy? You got to call me tomorrow because you're on a list for a puppy for Pebbles?
Dog's not pregnant.
Why do you have to call me about that? Oh, no, don't get Pebbles a puppy.
Yeah, I'm on the list already. They didn't have that. He's going to get her pregnant in December.
Oh, really? You got to be on a list.
I'm thinking of names, though. I don't know.
Well, you've run out of them, haven't you? I think
I know.
All the Scooby-Doo names are gone. Anyway, thank you so much, Brian, for joining us tonight, as well as Charlie and Alan and Tom, and of course Tony. And it really is really nice. It was a good little show. I thank you all for joining me. Everybody give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel for tonight. If you stay tuned right here, you'll have a woman by the name of Amy Manuel who's going to do a show called The Intersection. And she is going to be taking your calls also on Zoom. Go to gabnet.net, go to column 3, go all the way down to the bottom and look at where it says her name. And you just click on that and it'll take you to her show and you can join the fun. I'll see you again tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, of course, tell her I love her, okay? Good night, everybody.